Each of us has a fishing story, whether it's fishing a lake or a stream as children or taking up the sport a little bit later in life. There's a good chance you got started with live bait. This show highlights the foundations of fishing, a hook and a minnow. On every single episode, you will see people catch fish and learn how certified minnows protect waterways all over the country. Welcome to Live Bait. Jim, I feel like I'm in a museum honoring everything that we love.
Right on top like that. And there's our Palomar knot.
I do not want to let that one go.
Healthy, hardy, and safe, certified Arkansas bait fish.
Today, we will feature the minnows that make the magic happen. Farm raised and certified is important to you. It means the minnows that you buy are safe for your waterway and far healthier than wild caught bait, which means they catch more fish. Today, we'll take Jamie Anderson out on a lake he owns to talk about fish and catch a few fish.
My name is Jamie Anderson, here with IF Anderson Farms in Lone Oak, Arkansas. We're a fourth generation bait fish farm. We have 339 ponds, over 3,400 acres of water, raising primarily golden shiners, fathead minnows, and goldfish.
This is IF Anderson Farms in Lone Oak, Arkansas. An industry leader, IF Anderson is also one of the first bait fish families in the nation. Neil Anderson and son Jamie lead this organization that started in the 1940s. The vision began with Faye Anderson, who worked as a flight instructor in World War II and realized that the land in Arkansas produced some unusually healthy minnows.
So he decided to try to raise more, and he bought some from a gentleman across the highway from us today that were caught in his rice field out of a bow. He took them back, and they handled the best of any minnows he tried to handle. And so he said, I don't know if it's the soil type, the latitude, longitude, the climate, or water quality, but he said, I've got to raise those minnows there. I don't want to try to raise them somewhere else.
Many decades later, the Anderson family is still strong in the fish business.
I was 4 years old. I was out here helping sort goldfish, the black red from the red, on the sorting table. And everybody was amazed at how easy it was for me to do. I could do twice what everybody else was doing. I hope I can feed fish till I can't drive any. But they take my driver's license away from me.
But make no mistake, while the family loves the fish, this enterprise is still around because the Anderson family is also adept at business.
We're producing a product that we sold in the 40s and 50s and 60s up till now. The world has changed. We're still trying to produce the same product and hit the same recreational market, and that market's changed, the product's changed, the demand's changed. So if you don't change in how you produce it or what you produce, it's going to fail on a generation at some point. You know, but I think a company that has produced the exact same thing for decades, it says a lot that they're still rolling, because you have to be very innovative to be able to do that. 20 years from now, we're not going to be profitable doing exactly what we're doing today. There's no way. The world's changing too fast. So every year we've just got to keep up.
Neil has a unique perspective on this whole operation. He's the third generation fish farmer, 2 generations up and 2 generations down. His grandsons are already picking up some hours.
No, it's busy. It's hard to get up in the mornings. I don't want to get up in the mornings.
Knowing that your father and your grandfather and your great-grandfather and your great-great-grandfather have been involved in this, what's that mean to you?
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty special.
Yeah.
Not many family businesses can claim that kind of heritage.
You think you guys can work together and make it a team effort?
Yeah. Most of the time.
You gonna take mornings and Warner take afternoons?
No, I'm one afternoon.
Okay.
So you don't like the mornings, do you? All of this fish farming wisdom didn't come from a textbook. It came from hard work and correct adjustments.
Working with family certainly has its ups and downs. I mean, he doesn't, he's thinking it, he don't want to say it, but you know, I'm not the easiest to work with. We certainly butt heads. You know, I think every generation has their vision of where they want it to go, which I think we agree on a lot. We talk about it a lot. But You know, he looked at his dad's history with the business and where he'd come from, what he'd done, what he'd tried. Try not to make the same mistakes. I've tried to do the same thing. If you don't learn from the previous generation, you're in big trouble.
The first track hoe we ever bought, my dad said, "That's no good, we don't need that." And we were having trouble. We were having to lay ponds out 6 months to get in there and clean those basins or sumps out and all. And I said, "Well, we'll find out. Let them deliver it and I'll run it." And I just walked it right off M1 and started slinging the mud out of it, and then pulled myself back out. And he looked at me and he said, "I believe you're right." You know, and he's done some good jobs too that I didn't think would follow through, but it has.
It's all trial and error. We just try not to repeat the errors.
Yeah. I told my grandsons, "You're gonna make mistakes, just don't make them twice."
The Anderson family started from the mind of Fay Anderson, a national touring musician.
He went with the big bands, went all over the all over the United States. For 10 years he did that.
An accomplished pilot.
He loved to fly. My mother always said he meant a farm so he could fly. You know, as long as he had enough money to fly that airplane by airplane, he was fine.
And an entrepreneur who started a business and a business mindset that is one of the great legacies in this industry and a model for all family businesses.
It was something that's very important to me. And my dad lived a long time and died 91 and was here with me. So I just felt like I was supporting his decisions from the past and moving them forward. And that was a big part of it.
All right, we've got Jamie Anderson here from IF Anderson Farms, and we are on, what do you call this lake?
Capel Lake is what we've called it.
Cape Lake?
For Capel.
Capel Lake.
Capel Lake for years and years. The gentleman, Gus Capel, that my granddad bought this property from, that's what it's named after.
Okay, all right. Well, we kind of nicknamed it the Big A for Anderson. You know, we've got Lake Okeechobee in Florida, and this lake can be just as plentiful as Lake Okeechobee. So we call it the Big O, the Big A. Well, we'll call it Capel Lake. We want to honor the history and the heritage. And also we're going to talk a lot about the minnows that we use to catch the fish, how they come to be, and we'll talk about that certification process as well, because that's really important to understand so that all these fish go all over the country and they're healthy, hardy, and safe, certified disease-free, invasive species-free, and if you want to catch fish, you use minnows. Live bait catches fish because that's how nature intended us to do it.
All natural.
All right, so what we're going to do, you have always told me about this tree that's right out here in the middle. And he always says, "Oh yeah, people catch fish there all the time." And I have caught fish all over this lake except at that tree. So that's where we're going to start today.
Sounds good. That'd be my spot.
Okay.
Generally, if you're fishing live bait, you can throw it right next to the base of that tree and maybe ease it out a little bit if you're cork fishing.
I'm going to spare you the drama. We don't catch any fish anywhere near the magic tree again, and that's on me. Karma is very real in fishing. A defeatist attitude will find a fish's lateral line all day long. So we move to a new area. A beast. All right.
Take 10 more just like it.
Yep. I'll tell you what, he's a hardy guy too.
I call those taco bass because that fillet is the perfect size for a fish taco.
Oh, it is, yeah. There we are. Okay. The Anderson family loves the industry and loves to see the smiles on the faces of the people who use certified Arkansas minnows all over the country. We'd love to highlight your fish on this show. Just send us an email to fishphotos@livebaittv.com and we'll feature your fish on the program to help inspire us all. That's fishphotos@livebaittv.com. When Live Bait returns, we get to feature a first fish, see someone catch their first ever fish on camera, and we learn about the certification program that makes those magic minnows possible. Now, each week we're bringing you the series Heart and Soul. It's the story of the best built bass boat in the country, created from the heritage of the great Forest Wood.
We build the best boat there is, but there's always a way to make it better.
What if we forked the nose of this and provided a wider platform at the deck? What if we widened the transom to allow for the shallow water anchors to be bolted directly to the boat?
With the bow that is flared out and the extra dead rise in the front of this boat, it all comes together to our commitment of building the world's most advanced fishing rigs.
You have enough what ifs that you're able to check those boxes, and I believe you've got something incredibly different.
It's not by accident that these things happen. It's with a precise plan and a desire to make things more usable.
This thing stays true, it rides great. Having the fuel tank in the floor allows it to be able to turn on a dime.
And of course the air ride seats put the icing on the cake.
The way that the boat rides and the way it performs is yet another milestone that we have achieved with these boats that's just bar none separates us from other people.
From the bow to the stern of our boats, you know that you're buying the best product, the most innovative product, and it's going to be supported by the best people in the industry.
The fishing industry is booming as more and more people are heading out to the water. Now, across the U.S., over 7 million people started fishing in the last 2 years. We hope to inspire you to take up the sport, return to the sport, or keep going with one of the greatest ways to enjoy nature: a rod, a reel, a hook, and a minnow. So let's enjoy the first experience of fishing for one of our newest anglers. It's one of our favorite segments. It's called First Fish. And today we have a younger brother who will try and do what his older sister has already done: catch a fish. All right, we love our segment called First Fish because this is when we get an opportunity to fish with somebody brand new and watch them catch their first ever fish. Jackson, you excited to catch your first fish? All right, we're looking forward to it as well. Lily is his sister. Now, Lily, you've caught some fish before,
yes,
but it's never not fun to catch more fish, right? Okay, we're gonna catch some fish right here, and we're gonna do it with some of our certified Arkansas minnows. We'll get him hooked right here, just like that. You see how he's just popping around right there? That's good. You push it and you hold it. As long as you're holding it, it's gonna be okay. As soon as you let go, it's gonna go like that, okay? And then now you're gonna bring it like this, and then you're gonna let go about halfway through when we cast. So where you go, like, just like that, perfect. Got a lively minnow. Reel it just a couple of times, just to kind of do a couple of circles right there. There you go, right there. Okay, now set the hook, pull it up. Oh, okay, all right, well, I thought somebody had it there. We'll cast it again. That's one of the best minnows in the history of minnows. Okay, now push and hold, and then sling it out there and just kind of let go of that button. Good cast, good cast. All right, well done, well done. Okay. Oh, hey, you got one. Okay, that was a great cast. That was right where the fish was.
Reel.
Okay, reel it up. Keep turning it.
You got it.
There you go. All right. There you go.
Reel, Jackson, you can do it. Come on.
You got it. Okay, keep reeling. Come on,
oh,
you got a good one. You
Come
got
on.
a good one. You
Keep
got a good
going,
one.
keep
Oh
going, keep
man,
going.
you got a good one. Where's that net? Yeah. Oh, he popped loose. That was some excitement though. That was good. You did good. All right.
Good job. You can do it again. You got it.
Okay. That was big enough. We had to start asking for the net. So Jackson has caught a fish. When we come back, we'll see him land one. We will feature a lot of your photos throughout this season. Send them in to fishphotos@livebaittv.com. When we last left off, 8-year-old Jackson had made some good casts and had a real good one get off the line, but he's still searching for his first ever fish. Good job, good job. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing. Remember, so when we say bring it up, just bring it straight up and then reel.
It's moving a little bit.
It is moving a little bit. You got, see, you're developing that fisherman's eye. You can tell. Oh, look at there. Okay. Oh, wow. Did you see that flash?
Go, buddy, go.
You got one. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Keep reeling, Jackson.
Okay, keep reeling, buddy.
Keep reeling.
Keep reeling. Okay, keep reeling. Yeah.
Don't stop. Come on.
Okay. Good job, buddy. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good fish.
You can do it.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Okay. Yeah. Oh, keep reeling. Keep reeling.
You can do it.
Oh, that's heavy. There we go. We have trapped him. Woo!
Good job, Jack.
Jackson, that was awesome, man.
It's humongous.
That is a big fish. Look at that. Woo! There are a lot of anglers all over the country right now that would love to catch a fish that size. Okay, 2.71.
Wow,
2.71. That is one nice first fish. All right, give me a high five. That was a great fish catch, buddy. That was great.
It was like very hard to like keep on. Like I just kept on pulling up, but then it kept on going down, and I just couldn't keep hold of it. But then I finally did it.
That was awesome. Did it feel good when you saw the fish?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was a largemouth bass. That was a good-sized fish. You know what it's like to catch a first fish. How big was your first fish?
Super small. It was like this big.
Oh, wow. So, Jackson, that's a heck of a fish. But since we are here, let's see if older sister Lily can get a fish. But before we can get her going, Jackson gets on a roll.
I got one.
Here, you got a fish.
Wow, Jackson.
Right.
I got one.
Jackson.
Oh
look
my
at this.
gosh.
This is amazing.
Come here.
Woo! Let me get the net.
Jack.
Okay, just hold it right there, buddy.
Ah!
Come on, come on.
Keep going, keep going.
No.
Yeah!
Slow down. Wait for me to
Good
catch
job. All right. Well done. Well done. Oh, look at there. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Keep reeling. Keep reeling. Where's that? Where's that net? Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. There we go. All right. Good job. Good job. Boom. Just like that. There you go. Good job. Okay. You want to release him? There. He did a backflip and full gainer. Good deal. It's always good to see someone catch their first ever fish, and then their second and their third. When Live Bait returns, we get back to the water with Jamie Anderson of IF Anderson Farms in Lone Oak, Arkansas. We will feature a lot of your photos throughout this season. Send them in to fishphotos@livebaittv.com. Let's get back to fishing with Jamie Anderson, one of the owners of IF Anderson Farms in Lone Oak, Arkansas, and one of the nation's producers of certified Arkansas bait fish. There's a reason that certification is important. One of the things I've learned when I've traveled the country and I talk about certified Arkansas bait fish is that almost no one is aware of the impact that Arkansas has on the bait fish community. 90 to 95% of all the farm-raised bait comes out of 3 counties in Arkansas.
Right.
And you know, we talk about, everybody knows the Florida oranges and the California raisins and the Arkansas bait fish.
We knew that we needed some way, whether it was mandatory or not, to show these states across the country that we all deal in that we are already being proactive, certifying ourselves disease-free of all these diseases they were concerned about, having site inspections done by the Arkansas State Plant Board as to zebra mussels, different plants, and other animals that states are concerned about. And we believe it paid off. In a 2-decade history of being free from any of that stuff. And we're inspected twice a year. Most states only require once a year, but we do it twice a year because there's a state or two that prefers that.
Well, and some states have more delicate fisheries than others, and so they're a little more sensitive, but that's where that certification process comes in. It gives them confidence. Now, a lot of folks don't realize the damage that wild-caught bait does to the fishery, you know, because if you take a lake that's diseased, catch a bunch of wild-caught bait there, transfer it over, now that disease is in the body of water you want to fish.
Well, there's been dozens and dozens of species spread all across this country through either wild bait transfer or through pet stores, you know, pets being released.
There we go. Okay, there's Eden.
That's an eater.
Yes, that's like the perfect size for an eater.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your family doesn't go hungry, do they?
No, we eat lots of crappie and bass.
Yeah, crappie. A lot of people, if you've never had crappie, you don't realize that's the best tasting freshwater fish.
Without question.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's how the magic happens. You get the right bait, you get the right fish, and you get the right food. There we go. Well, that's a nice size crappie.
Oh, yeah.
Look here.
This size should be. If we reached in, could we get the bait back out?
Yeah, you probably could, and a lot of times. You know what's great about this fish? This fish has a story like any other. We were just wrapping up, talking on the dock, but I had a minnow just sitting here off the side of the boat. And next thing you know, the rod starts falling out of the boat. We had to grab the end of it and pull this in. So that's what happens when you have good, lively minnows. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. On a hook with no minnows on it.
Hook flavored, or minnow flavored hooks.
That's right.
That's all you got to do now.
Yeah.
You got bait fish scented hooks.
Minnow flavored hooks. That's a great new product idea for 2023. I appreciate Jamie Anderson spending some time with us on the water. We learned a lot about what makes those magic minnows healthy, hardy, and safe. Certified Arkansas bait fish. Also, what a first fish segment. 8-year-old Jackson, under the tutelage of his big sister Lily, catches his first ever fish, and then another and another. We'll see you next time on Live Bait with more from the foundations of fishing. A hook, a minnow, and a world of great fishing memories. Thanks for watching. Be sure and find us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Live Bait TV. We'll bring you tips, techniques, and show you how to use your live bait.